I was looking down at my feet. I was making my 1 yard mark away from the opposing school's offense. This was the biggest game that I've ever played in. It was the 3A playoffs against W. Johnson High School. It was at Mosaic Stadium, the biggest football stadium in the city. Our game had just reached overtime. The rules were simple. One team would be given a chance to score. If they didn't score, the second team would have the chance to win the game. If that team did not score on their first try, then the other team would have a chance to tie and extend to overtime. If they were unsuccessful, the other team wins. Our team had just scored to send the game into overtime. The young players on the bench were really excited. They were jumping up and down. Our head coach had just finished making a speech. I can't remember what he was saying. I was too nervous. I'd never been in an overtime game before. Overtime is where two evenly matched teams put each other on the line to find out who is better. Football is considered a violent game. Players are often called warriors, fighters, and men. I believe that football has made me manly. I was a team captain, I was the hardest hitter on the team, and I even thought I was the strongest player on the field. No one could stop me. This confused me at that moment. I had never been this nervous about football before. I thought that if I didn't perform, I would be letting people down. My teammates on and off the field were counting on me, my coaches were counting on me, and the people in the stands were counting on me. If I let them down, I wouldn't have fulfilled my requirements of being a man. A man is someone who can perform his duties through all adversity. Therefore, I came to the conclusion that if I didn't win, I couldn't be a man. After hearing the play that was called, our defense went out onto the field. Johnson had elected to start with the ball. For the purpose of stopping their offense, I was moved from my position at defensive end to nose guard. I began to look at the line to figure out where I would put my hand. I could hear the people in the stands cheering. I could hear the coverage adjustments made behind me. My teammates were all lined up ready for whatever Johnson threw at us. We were all tired, with sweat dripping from our faces onto the line. But you could see in everyone's eyes that they were focused. The other team finally lined up. They seemed more intense than they had been all game. I looked across the line at the linemen like I normally would. They were also sweating, with looks of aggression. I looked at the quarterback. You could see that he was confident in his team the way he walked to the line. I stared at the line on the ground while he was finishing his cadence. After the second hut, a long pause, the ball was finally snapped. I crossed the line and I ran right by the offensive lineman. The quarterback saw me coming and tried running. I caught him at the line and tackled him. The play ended and I felt very proud. I did my job. I stopped their team. I was a man.